Instead of it going there, he used his right foot to cannon the ball off into the other direction. So the right foot's used just as a rebounding surface. So Waleed sees me going here, but I go there and away. Okay, let's try 5 or 6 on our own. Nice and wide with our feet. Okay, well done and stop. Good. Juggling is one of the best practices that we can do to improve our first touch, and it's also one of the most enjoyable. We've come inside to the gymnasium to practice here, and many of the great Brazilian players learned their skills too in the gymnasium, so it's a great place to work. We have here the boys. Some of them, I think, have the best juggling skills that I've seen anywhere with young players. Bradley, do you want to show us something? Well done, Bradley. Kyle? The skills from the boys there are very nice to see, but at the beginning we've got to start with very simple stuff and get confidence and control of the ball. And one of the first practices for young players is simply to hit the ball with the left foot and catch with the laces area, then with the right and catch. Left foot and catch, right foot and catch. Maybe after a few weeks, instead of trying to be too ambitious and trying to do too many touches, we can build up to doing 1, 2 and catch. 1, 2 and catch. Then maybe 1, 2, 3 and catch. Then we can start to incorporate other parts of the foot and body. But we should try to use the hands to keep the ball up in the air, and this gives us more confidence. What we're going to do now with the boys is just work around the space, and we're going to alternate from right foot to left foot, right foot to left foot, right foot to left foot, right to left, right to left. Nice and steady, just using the laces area. Okay? Off we go. Nice and relaxed. Okay, and stop, Mark. Okay, when we're juggling, it's important that we relax our body and don't get too tense and too tight. So try to loosen the arms, loosen the feet, and don't worry too much if the ball drops. Okay? The more times you practice and touch the ball, the better you'll get. It may take a few days, a few weeks, but every day you'll improve a little bit, and it's solely down to practice. Most English players, when they control the ball on their feet, use the lace area of the foot. Players like Paul Merson are very, very good at that. So a ball comes in, they'll control here. Brazilian players tend to have 3 main areas. They'll use the inside of the foot there, and the outside of the foot here, as well as the middle of the foot. And this has a great advantage to them, because if a player is coming in, a defensive player, if you come over to me, Mark, please. Mark's going to throw the ball into me. If Mark then pressures the ball and comes into me close, I might not have a possibility to control the ball here with the inside of my foot, and I can only use the outside. But unless we practice that in our juggling, it's impossible that we'll do it in a game. So if you want to throw into me here, Mark, and then close down to the middle, okay? So I can then use the inside of the foot. We'll go again. Go on, go. So if Mark comes in quickly enough, go again, and blocks me here, I have no option but to use the outside of my foot. Okay? And if I was playing in a game, I could then take outside and move away from Mark to make a pass or a dribble. A little touch outside of the foot and move around the space. Off we go. Just one touch and catch. Okay, and stop. This touch, one of the rare times that I saw this from an England player, was in the World Cup of 1998 from Michael Owen, and it was this outside of the foot touch that he took from David Beckham's pass, played into his path, ran at the Argentinian defence and scored that wonderful goal. So now, Mark, if you could just do some outside of the foot juggles while stood still. 1, 2, 3, keep it going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Excellent. So Mark there has done 10 fairly comfortably while stood on the spot. So the next thing for Mark is then to try and do 10 whilst moving around the space, which is more difficult. So the next step is to do it as a jog, and then to quicken that up and do it fairly quickly moving around. And we'd incorporate the weaker foot as well, so we'd be asking him to go right foot to left foot. So Mark, can you do that and the rest of you just around the space? Off we go. Good, Kyle. And once you feel confident, if you can then incorporate the left side and try and do as many touches on the right as you do on your left. Good, Bradley, excellent. Okay, and stop. We're now going to combine two controlling surfaces. We're going to go from the laces area here to the outside of the foot. Laces area, outside of the foot. Laces, and then outside. Okay? Off we go. And stop. Okay. The next practice that we're going to look at is just coming up the body a bit. So we've covered the three main areas: inside of the foot, laces, and outside of the foot, and they're all important. We're now going to look at the knees. So we're going to walk around the space, two knees and catch. Two knees and catch. When the boys feel confident, they can go, take the hands out, and just juggle continually on the knees, okay, from left to right. Off we go. So two and catch, Mark. Two and catch, and when you're confident, off you go. Just knees, and stop. Sometimes in a game, it's impossible that we use anything else other than the chest to control the ball. We're always trying to go as low as we can with our control. So if the ball comes in high, at chest area, sometimes I'll ask players to try and get up and see if they can get their knees there, because the knees are an area that we have more control over, the thigh above the knees. Similarly, if the ball comes at knee height, I'll often ask players to get up early and try and take it with their feet. I'll give you a little example. Mark. So a ball's going to come into Mark at knee height, but he'll try and leap up and take the ball with his feet. Rather than staying on the floor and taking the ball with one standing foot down, he'll get up and try and take the ball early with his feet. Ready, Mark? Good. So that ball's coming in at knee height, but he's jumping up to try and take the ball with his feet. Similarly, a ball at chest height, we can try up and get up and bring the ball down with our knees. The further we go down our body, the more control we have over the ball. If we can't avoid taking the ball in our chest, we've got to do it, and we've got to get good at it. And the most simple practice to get confidence is just to feed the ball onto your own chest and then catch. Now, as the ball comes into your chest, I recommend you take a little intake of breath, because the ball coming in fast, if we stick the chest out, the ball will bounce away. So just as the ball comes in, if I give a little I'm making sure that I'm pulling my chest back, and it's good practice for in a game, and it helps me use the chest as a good controlling surface rather than a rebounding surface. So around the pitch, we're going to go. Okay, simple practice, but the first one we need to do to get good control of that area. Heading's a very difficult skill. Children are often afraid of heading the ball. Even adult players, the great Ronaldo, the Brazilian star, he doesn't like heading the ball. He doesn't score very many goals with his head because I think when he was a child he didn't practice enough heading. It's an easy skill to master, but one that needs confidence and a little bit of courage. For very young players who are not used to heading the ball and are a little bit afraid of it, I think the best way to start is just to look at the ball and bring the ball in gently to our forehead, keeping our eyes open. The middle of the forehead there is the surface that we would use to head the ball. If you shut your eyes when the ball's coming in, you've more chance of getting hurt. So just to get confidence, keep the eyes open and bring the ball into the head. The next level is just to throw the ball up to ourselves, a little connection with the forehead and catch. And we can do that moving around the space. Okay, boys? Off we go. Okay, we can try a few juggles in our head when we're confident. Okay, and then combine the heading. We can combine the heading with other body parts. So maybe we'll go back to the feet, the knees, and the head. Okay, off we go. Put a few together. Okay, and stop. Juggling circles are something that we see all the time in Brazil in the parks and on the beaches. It's a gathering of friends who come together to show what they can do with a ball. We've got a little juggling circle here, and hopefully we're going to be able to show you